Beantown family.
Boston Blue. All episodes now streaming on Paramount Plus. Coming CBS Fall. LL Cool J.
NCIS takes NYC.
And Scott Conn.
See you there.
NCIS New York. Coming CBS Fall.
A range of high temperatures tomorrow into the 60s and up to the 80s, and we're tracking some even hotter temperatures on the way for the first few days of July, so those details coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the Upper Peninsula Animal Welfare Shelter is currently at capacity, unable to take in any more animals. Plus, more on what you need to know before you cast your ballot in the upcoming Michigan primary. And the United States conducts retaliatory strikes on Iran after the Middle Eastern country reportedly attacks a cargo ship. We'll have the latest. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Welcome in. A first look at your forecast as we get you ready for the weekend, and it's the final weekend of June, which means there's going to be a lot of people out and about at the grocery stores getting ready for all their Independence Day festivities. There might even be some this weekend, so thankfully for tomorrow we'll keep the rain out of the mix, looking at mostly sunny skies for everyone, and it just depends where you are. We're either going to be sitting at the upper 60s like here in Marquette, or we'll easily get to the lower 80s down into the southern portions of the UP. So we have the sunshine for tomorrow, and then we heat things up even more for the first few days of July. So those details are coming up in just a few.
Kelly, thank you very much. A suspected animal neglect case has stretched the Upper Peninsula Animal Welfare Shelter to its limit, leaving them temporarily unable to accept stray or surrendered dogs. Now staff is asking the public for both patience and help. Our own John Truitt has the details.
The unexpected influx of animals has filled every available kennel at UPAWS. The shelter staff says they were called in to care for 16 large dogs, along with a cat, removed from a suspected neglect situation earlier this week.
Tuesday night, we were alerted by the Michigan State Police to a potential cruelty neglect case that they were looking to get our opinion on. Went through the house based on the conditions. We assisted with the troopers pulling dogs from there.
The case, which is being handled by the Michigan State Police, stemmed from a domestic violence complaint resulting in the arrest of 2 adults and the relocation of 2 children. The arrival of so many animals in a single day has left the facility operating at full capacity. As a result, UPAWS has suspended intake of stray and owner-surrendered dogs until space becomes available.
We were pretty close to capacity before this, and now with the large intake rate at the moment, we're over capacity of what we would normally have.
One of the fastest ways the community can help is through adoption. Shelter officials say every dog or cat that finds a forever home creates room for another animal that may soon need care.
So we're still continuing to do adoptions for everything. Cats, small critters, dogs. It's a great time to adopt, help clear out some space.
UPAWS says it will announce when it can resume accepting dogs and if the bloodhound come available for adoption. Until then, community support, especially through adoption, will be critical to helping the shelter continue its mission. In Sands Township, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Shelter officials say if you encounter a stray dog during this period, they ask you contact your local law enforcement agency for assistance. The Michigan primary is just 5 weeks away, and absentee ballots are already arriving in mailboxes across the state. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has what voters need to know before August 4th.
This year's August primary features 2 of Michigan's most important seats on the ballot at the same time.
We have a really kind of a unique circumstance here in Michigan. We have an open governor's race as well as an open U.S. Senate seat. So that really hasn't happened in a very long time.
Michigan offers voters 3 ways to cast a ballot: absentee, early voting, or in person on election day. Swope says requesting an absentee ballot early, even for those planning to vote in person, comes with a real advantage.
That way you've seen the ballot, you've done your research, you've made your decisions, and you can still have that in-person thing without having some surprises when you show up at the polling place.
Early voting begins July 25th and runs through August 2nd.
We have at least 9 days of early voting now, so it's the 2 weekends before the election as well as the week in between that, so 9 full days.
For those who haven't registered yet, the clock is ticking. Michigan recently updated its online registration system to expand access.
It used to be only restricted to people who had a Michigan ID or driver's license, but they've implemented a new system so that even people without that can do the online registration and submit a signature.
After July 20th, voters must register in person at their local clerk's office. Same-day registration is also available at the polls through 8 p.m. on Election Day. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
With the primary a little over a month away, Republican candidates squared off in a forum last night in Gladstone. Our own John Truitt also has some of the key takeaways from there.
Voters in Michigan's 108th House District had a chance to hear directly from candidates Thursday night during a forum in Gladstone, as the race to succeed term-limited State Representative Dave Preston continues. The candidates in attendance were Menominee City Mayor Casey Hoffman, Mid-Penn school teacher Chris Reynolds, Menominee County Commissioner Larry Johnson, Mackinac County Commissioner Daryl Schroeder, and Gladstone school employee Steve Vile. Also on hand was the man they all hope to replace, term-limited current 108th Representative Dave Preston, who had some advice for the candidates.
Healthcare, mental health, and energy and the economy are the top things that we face. Energy probably being number one, because without affordable, abundant energy, we lose everything else.
The forum, hosted by the Delta County and Menominee County Republican parties, allowed voters to compare the candidates side by side ahead of the August 4th primary. Here are some of their closing statements.
I want to tell Lansing to get it together, and we need to take care of ourselves. We need more local control, and I want to tell Lansing that myself.
Making it easier for businesses to do business, making it easier for businesses to expand, to come to the area.
And listening is probably one of the most important things any representative can do. And respecting your constituents, regardless of whether you agree with them or not.
I would introduce that amendment to make Michigan a constitutional carry state and to eliminate taxes on our firearms.
I do also promise to also work with all the legislators in the UP as well as other folks, so that we stick together in the UP and really fight together.
The Republican primary is scheduled for August 4th, with the winner advancing to November's general election. In Gladstone, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
The U.S. military conducted retaliatory strikes against Iran after the regime hit a commercial ship with a drone in the Strait of Hormuz. The strikes come after the U.S., Israel, and Lebanon say they've agreed to a framework to end the fighting between Israeli and Hezbollah forces in Lebanon. Gwen Baumgartner has the latest tonight.
U.S. Central Command says U.S. aircraft struck Iranian missile and drone targets in response to Thursday's Iranian drone hit on this Singapore-flagged commercial ship as it moved through the vital Strait of Hormuz. Soon after, Vice President J.D. Vance posted this message on social media, saying Iran can pick up the phone if it has disagreements about how the Memorandum of Understanding both countries signed is being applied. He added, quote, "But violence will be met with violence."
The question is, will Iran be deterred in the future? So far, they've not been deterred, and so far the kinds of targets that we've struck have not successfully deterred them.
While U.S. troops remain in the region, according to Reuters, Iranian state TV is reporting that Iran's Revolutionary Guard said its response to a fresh U.S. attack against Tehran will be swift and decisive. Meanwhile, in Washington, the U.S., Israel, and Lebanon signed a framework agreement Friday afternoon designed to bring peace to the Middle East.
The people of Lebanon have suffered tremendously now for decades as a result of outside interference in their affairs, of countries trying to use the country as a launch pad for attacks. And this is not what the people of Lebanon want, and that's not what they deserve.
In this performance-based trilateral framework agreement, Iran is out, Hezbollah is out, and the road to peace between Israel and Lebanon is in.
Hezbollah's leader said the group, designated by the U.S. as a terrorist organization, is demanding the full withdrawal of Israeli troops from Lebanon. Israel says Hezbollah fighters must be disarmed.
Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast after the break. Plus, we'll tell you more about the Plein Air Art Festival taking place at Presque Isle this weekend. And with Americans expected to break spending records on fireworks this 4th of July, we'll hear what kind of prices they might see at the store. We'll be right back after this.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation. You can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, but you've got to call now. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
We started back in 1913. Grandfather would go from door to door on a cart selling dry goods. It's great seeing people actually coming in saying, you know, my grandfather waited on you. We offer a wide selection of La-Z-Boy recliners, Smith Brothers Amish furniture. We also offer a wide selection of appliances, all with free delivery, and we'll set it up where you'd like. Being able to help the customer and satisfy what they're looking for in their house, making it the place that they want to be, has been one of the most rewarding things.
The Short List, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Short List, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Now, from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. Headed into the weekend, we've been able to raise those temperatures up to now above average to conclude the week. So most of the week we have been struggling to get to that average. We are now sitting at 74 for the average high. So we were able to reach 77 for today, and we're actually probably going to be wishing for those upper 70s temperatures once we get into next week, because we're looking at a pretty decent warm up. But let's just start with your first warning weather futurecast to see how the overnight and tomorrow morning is shaping up, and really not tracking anything in terms of a lot of rain. I do have a small chance of rain in there possibly for tomorrow, and I think the further down into the southern Upper Peninsula that you are, you have that better chance. You can kind of see even creeping into your Sunday, we could see some leftover showers down that way, but definitely not any major rain systems, so we should have all systems go for any outdoor plans you may have. That's always good news. And in terms of the wind, if you're going to be doing any grilling, you won't have to worry about those paper plates flying around, because the winds will be pretty well behaved, looking at about 5 miles per hour or less for most of the weekend. So with all that being said, the weekend is calm, but remember, we are setting up for that big atmospheric pattern, the heat dome, that is really going to be a strong high pressure system. With the jet stream lifting, allows for that very deep southerly air to push up all the way into our area, which typically when there is a heat dome, a lot of that doesn't quite reach the upper Great Lakes, but that is what is going to happen for a lot of the Great Lakes region. We are going to experience that type of extreme heat. So it's really important to note, again, listening to your body, you get some signs of maybe heat exhaustion or heat stroke. It's a very good idea to try to wear loose clothing, avoid dark colors, because that absorbs the heat. You also have to keep in mind, if you go to the grocery store over the weekend to prepare for 4th of July, don't leave your children or your pets in the car, because it only takes about 10 or 20 minutes to really get those temperatures. If, let's say, it's 90 to get to that 120 degree mark. So we will be looking at those outside temperatures into that 90s, even mid to upper 90s maybe for some areas closer to Wisconsin for next week. And in addition to that, you need to remember to stay hydrated, try to stay in the shade, try to limit your outdoor activities maybe in that prime time of the very high UV. We're looking at the UV to be at that 8 to 10 range while we have that extreme heat with us. So it's very easy to forget about listening to your body and making sure you're taking care of yourself because maybe you're taking care of others or just doing other things, getting out and enjoying. But heat is the leading weather-related fatalities that can happen, and second is flooding. So it's not what you typically may think of those storm systems, but heat is the biggest risk. So you really need to take it seriously as we prepare for next week. And that's why I've been talking about it all week, because it's not too bad for tomorrow. Temperatures are nice and seasonal. It's a pretty nice weekend, but you need to make sure you have everything that you need to, because we are looking at those temperatures getting to the 90s for most of the week ahead.
Kelly, thank you again. The Plein Air Art Festival returns to Presque Isle Park this weekend to capture the natural beauty along Lake Superior. Through Saturday afternoon, artists will pick various spots around the loop of Presque Isle in any way they see fit to create a painting that will be judged and can be sold later in the weekend. French for in the open air, the meaningful and natural art style makes the most of what's in front of the artist.
Nowadays, we're used to painting from a picture, from our screen, from something we find online, but the traditional practice is going out into the world you live in and painting exactly what you see and how you see it. When your eyes see something, it picks up stuff that sometimes the camera doesn't, and that translates into painting.
The festival will wrap up with an awards reception on Saturday and a sales and social day for the public on Sunday morning from 9:30 until 12:30 at the Presque Isle Pavilion. A Marquette-based therapy service has expanded its resources to Ishpeming. Caught Dreamin' began as an online art studio before founder and licensed therapist Joanne Garrow shaped the business to provide mental health services in 2022. The company has since grown to a team of 20 therapists offering in-person and online care to individuals of all ages, including couples therapy. Garrow says the West End expansion will allow for a more diverse amount of clients from the area to pair with someone who fits their needs.
I'm so lucky to have an amazing team of therapists and an amazing administrative team. We have a lot of diversity and are able to meet a lot of different needs as people come in.
The office will hold an open house tomorrow morning from 9:30 to 11 to meet with staff and tour the new location. Just 1 week until the nation's 250th anniversary, and it's no surprise that to celebrate, Americans are projected to spend a record amount on fireworks. Jeff Wagner visits one fireworks store that says tariffs have had a big impact on prices.
We visited Fireworks Nation in North Hudson, Wisconsin to talk with owner Anders Nelson.
So COVID just skyrocketed the fireworks industry. And ever since that, there have been, of course, more people introduced to backyard fireworks shows. So the business has been steadily increasing.
In the year 2000, Americans spent just over $400 million on fireworks. It steadily climbed over the next 2 decades, hitting $1 billion in 2019. That number nearly doubled in 2020 and never looked back, averaging at least $2.2 billion per year since. But Julie Heckman with the American Pyrotechnic Association is thinking bigger.
And I'm feeling pretty strong that we will most likely achieve $2.5 billion for consumer fireworks sales this year.
So many fireworks this year carry a patriotic red, white, and blue theme. A lot of hype for the nation's 250th that came with some concern for vendors thanks to President Trump's trade war with China. So how did tariffs impact pricing and supply?
Some members of the industry did face a 145% tariff.
The spike led to shipping delays and production stoppages in China last year. The tariff now sits at about 15%.
And even though the tariffs have come down, when we made those purchases, we had to pay those high tariffs.
Nelson says his shop's massive inventory allowed them to absorb the higher costs, and he expects prices to look similar to last year. As for supply, his shelves have never been more stocked.
People that are concerned about the gas prices that maybe are not traveling this year, they're going to be staying at home, they got to do something. And what better way to celebrate than with fireworks?
Mike Ludlam has your Friday night sports highlights. When we come back, we'll see who came out on top in tonight's matchup between the Tigers and the Astros. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Live outside Marquette County? Recycle 906 is worth the drive. We accept cans, cardboard, plastics, and more. Bring it in. Keep the Upper Peninsula clean. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Like many of us, I grew up in a 600 square foot home. Great life, just didn't have a lot of money. I've spent my entire life bringing quality and efficiency to companies. Now I want to bring it to state government so we can eliminate the income tax and the property tax. That way we return $4,747 every year to every family in Michigan. And I know what $4,747 would have meant to my family.
Up to 60% off list at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Check out our 5 Lazy Boy recliners for just $4.99 each, an explosive deal. Get this sofa for just $3.99 and add on the chair for just $99. Get this giant Ashley sectional for just $12.88. A ceiling mattress starting at just $4.99. Pay no interest for up to 60 months on select purchases with approved credit. The 4th of July blowout at Slumberland.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Zucchini.
What do you call this?
Zucchini.
Looks like a cooked pickle.
How to raise children.
Get out of here!
Sexual freedom.
What kind of a problem have they got?
It's sexual.
Shh.
Door cat.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie.
All in the Family, Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV.
The Short List, a countdown show that's all sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Good evening, everyone. The first ever Upper Peninsula All-Star Volleyball Games took place tonight at the Eddie Chambers Gymnasium in Crystal Falls. 4 teams, each having 7 players. We'll start with Team Red against Team Black. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is, no, you're not going to know which team is which team, but we'll get along just fine. Team Red is actually in the near court here, and on the far side, that will be Dollar-based Kira Isaacson putting that one away in the 4th set. Next, Rudyard's Lily Kwiatkowski misplaced the ball, and that would be another point. Nagani's Alina Park would get the offense going. She's the setter, dumps it over, and not able to return that one. Keeping the set alive, Ava Stahlberger of Escanaba will get the kill, and Team Black comes 1 point closer in the comeback. But Team Red shut down the rally as Manastique's Kira Carlson ends the match with a kill. And it was a 4-setter. Red won 25-19, 20-25, 25-15, and 25-21. Here is the defensive MVP.
It was so much fun. It was awesome. It was really cool to meet different people from different schools and play with different girls. I mean, it was really fun. And then just describe that match. I feel like the match.
The offensive MVP was, fortunately, one we just mentioned, Kira Isaacson of Dollar Bay. Let us go to match number 2. First set, Team Blue against Team White. And Team White will open the game on the attack. You're looking for the pink jersey. That is coming up right here. That is Ishba Ming's outstanding basketball player, Janessa Eagle, and the Michigan Tech basketball recruit gets the kill here. And it will be Eagle once again being put in position by a nice set and puts it right into the block for the point. Now, Team Blue would get its act going. Kearney NATO's Elodie Lenka will pick up the kill from the outside right there. And, of course, it does help when you have home court advantage. And Forest Park's Ava Fisher will get another point for Team Blue on the misdirected ball. And Lakeland and Hubble's Chloe Milkey will get a kill in this next one. This one went all 5 sets with Team Blue winning 25-19, 11-25, 25-27, 25-10, and 15-10. Ava Fisher of the Forest Park was the offensive MVP, and Emily Piedla of Houghton was the defensive MVP. Congratulations on the first All-Star matches. Tiffin University in Ohio has hired NMU women's basketball associate head coach Jordan Sweeney as the Dragons' new head coach. Sweeney was the Wildcats associate for 3 seasons, helping Casey Thousand guide the team to a 70-27 record overall, including back-to-back trips to the second round of the NCAA Division II women's basketball tournament. Last season, the Wildcats were at 25-8 and 15-5 in conference play. The 25 wins were the highest total since the 1999-2000 season. Former Tiffin coach Josh Smith resigned after a 30-81 record in 4 seasons with the Dragons. Sweeney graduated from Central Michigan University in 2013 with a bachelor's degree in physical education and a minor in personal and community health. The NMU women's basketball team, meanwhile, still over in Spain. No postcards yet? Nope, okay. But they did win today against their opponent, 58-54. First round scoreboard of the Island Resort Golf Championship at Sweetgrass, part of the Epson Tour. And we have a 3-way tie for the lead. Liqi Zhang of China, Kelly Zhu of the United States, and Megan Schofield of USA all had 8 under par 64s. A 2-way tie for second between Kalea Romero of the US and Megan Oslin of Canada, 7 under 65s. 13 players are tied at 6 under 66, including last week's winner, Lauren Olivares of Mexico. Few Legion baseball teams are in the Eastern UP this weekend, and Manitowoc defeated Sioux Canada today 5-3. It was Watertown over the Menominee Red Wave 15-5, and Marinette almost blanked Escanaba, winning 6-1. However, one of those rarities, Jack Farley tossed a no-hitter for the Marines. Major League Baseball, the Tigers, the Astros, and it's the bottom of the third, and Kerry Carpenter likes that one, and it's going to be good for 2 runs as that one clears the fence without a problem, and the Tigers have a 3-0 lead. Bottom of the fourth, Colt Keith will be in the batter's box, and he also will find a pitch right in his wheelhouse, and that one is gone as well. A solo shot and a 4-0 lead for Detroit. Later that inning, Mr. James Outman will go deep for 3 more, and the Tigers actually had a laugher tonight almost, winning this one 8-0. Kiter Montero did a nice job for the Tigers on the mound. Let us go to Milwaukee. The Brewers taking on the Chicago Cubs. Top of the 5th inning, no score yet, but that changes right there as Seiya Suzuki hits one off of Mr. Mizorowski, but that would be his only mistake of the game. He gave up just 2 hits and 1 earned run in 6 innings. Garrett Mitchell will have a 2-run homer to right center, and that would give the Brewers a 2-1 lead. Later in the 6th inning, David Hamilton will triple, and that would score Cooper Pratt, and the Brewers would go on to win this one by the count of 6-2. Quickly to the NHL draft, Gavin McKenna, as expected, went to Toronto with the first pick. We're going to jump down to number 23. Detroit made a trade with Utah and picked J.P. Hurlburt. He is a left winger. The Utah Grizzlies picked up one of Detroit's minor league goaltenders, Sebastian Cossa, with that pick. Mr. Hurlburt had 42 goals and 55 assists last season with the Kamloops Blazers in the Western Hockey League. And we will be right back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture and Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry. Free delivery and 0% financing.
Huh, why would anybody do that?
If you're paying high interest rates on your credit cards, you're burning money. We're Consolidated Credit, and we've been helping Americans for over 30 years. Let us work with your creditors to reduce your total payments by up to 50%. Lower your high interest rate credit cards and stop juggling multiple payments. We help you pay down your debt faster than you can on your own, all while saving you thousands in interest charges. Consolidate your credit card bills into one affordable payment today. You don't have to be good with money, because we are. Call 800-244-9095 for a free consultation. 800-244-9095. Call Consolidated Credit today. That's 800-244-9095.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors, from showroom to your home. Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
And a final check of your forecast, getting you ready for your Saturday. This is definitely a really nice weekend. We don't have to worry about major rain systems. There may be a stray drop here and there, but make sure you have those outdoor activities and make sure we're all staying hydrated, because the temperatures will even be warm this week, and especially for the warm up on the way for this upcoming week. But Saturday, tomorrow, not too bad for Marquette. This is very seasonal for us, into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Here's that rain outlook for the weekend, where we stay into that low range. We don't have that unsettled weather, that unsettled pattern, until we get to, again, when this warm up happens. So low temperatures for tonight, also seasonal, into the lower 50s. May have some patchy fog, especially out to the Newberry, Sault Ste. Marie area. But other than that, not really watching anything too impactful weather-wise. Looking at a really nice and sunny day for your Saturday. Once we get to Sunday, temperatures will get to the lower 80s, and then we quickly get to that chance of the mid to upper 80s and even lower 90s once we get to Tuesday and Wednesday.
Kelly, thank you again. And finally tonight, a veteran water skier is still hanging tough at the age of 85 and no plans to retire on land. With a career spanning 6 decades, Glenn Sperry is a pioneer in the world of show skiing. He invented the double jump, skiing around the boat, and skiing on stilts. Sperry hit the water this week for the Central Wisconsin Water Walkers annual show. The event draws skiers and spectators alike, with many inspired by the octogenarian and his move.
I don't know if I'll be alive when I'm 85, much less walking, and he's still skiing. My goodness, everyone is amazed when they see him.
Sperry also holds the world record for a stilt ride, cruising above the water at 10 feet 6 inches. That's all the time we have for right now, everyone. Have a great night.
As a parent, your child's safety is your top priority, especially if your child has autism. Did you know that 50% of children with autism elope, often leading to drownings and other tragic situations? Consider using a home security system designed to ensure your family's safety. If any door is tampered with, the alarm will wake you immediately. Call 800-761-3911.